His warm-ups, and we're taking a look at the Rays starting lineup. Brought to you by TikTok. It starts on TikTok. So Yandy Diaz, the first baseman, has good numbers against Gerritt Cole in 18 at-bats, 389, a home run and 2 ribbies. But Cole catches a break. Ji-Man Choi, who for some reason owns Gerritt Cole, 10 for 21 with 4 home runs. He's not in the lineup. He's dealing with a sore groin.
It is a break for Gerritt Cole, but the way he's been throwing the ball all year long, as you look at his numbers, 12 starts, 6-2, the 1.78 ERA. And we'll take a look at our pitcher scouting report. That 1.78 ERA, that leads the American League, and the numbers for Cole are good in his 11 starts, but the Yankees are 6-5 overall in his 11 starts, so that needs to get a little bit better. And then you think back to May 12th when he completely dominated the Rays, 8 shutout innings, did not walk a batter, and struck out 12.
Let's take a look at the Yankee defense behind him, presented by Geico. Gardner's back in center, and Duhar in left, Frazier's in right. Judge is the DH. The infield, Urshela, Torres, Odor, and LeMahieu, third to first. Higashioka behind the plate. He catches Cole, and he catches Cole today. And there's the Yankee DH, and their center fielder yesterday, a little right field as well. Doing it all, Aaron Judge. Arozarena's ready. Cole is ready. Let's do it here in the Bronx. First pitch is a strike. We're underway. Yankees have held Arozarena down this series. 1 for 13, struck him out 7 times. He had 4 strikeouts in last night's game. 0-2. It was raining for most of the morning. The tarp was on. The lights are on here at the stadium. It's overcast.
Well, in our open, we detailed that May 12th start where he had all of his weapons, the first knuckle curve that we have seen, and it was nasty.
Another strikeout of Arozarena. 1 down. John, please tell me the keys to the game. They're brought to you by your local Kia dealers.
Well, you think of from a few days ago, the first game of the series, and things were not looking so good. But now all of a sudden with Cole out on the mound, you could take 3 out of 4 and take a series. And you stole one of my keys of the game when you went through the lineup. Choi not in there with fantastic numbers, 526 with 4 home runs against Gerritt Cole. And then the late inning moves by Aaron Boone are going to be really interesting.
Yeah, who's available in the bullpen?
Loizaga, Green, and Chapman have all worked back-to-back games, so we'll see what Aaron Boone does at the end of this one.
John, I'm really sorry about the Choi incident.
I mean, I was waiting for it to set it up and be dramatic, and you just stole my thunder right away.
It's my bad. 0-2 on Brandon Lau. I need those sunglasses. I need them now.
100% you do.
That would complete my look. So 0-2. Lau 1 for 10 in this series so far. He's 2 for his last 29. 1-2.
Well, it really is amazing how quickly things can change. When the Yankees lost the first game of the series after being swept by the Tigers, we thought this week could be not the best week for them, but you win 2 in a row and you have Cole on the mound.
There's a base hit against the shift. And down the left field line, Lau rounds first. He'll stop right there, and Duhar gets it in quickly. So Brandon Lau with a single.
Lau really needed this right here, as that breaking ball just kind of spins and stays up a little bit. Lau now trying to pull it, just stays inside, slaps it the other way. We've mentioned it for a few days, and Duhar, who's feeling a whole lot more comfortable defensively out in left field, holding him to a single, which off the bat I thought would have been a 1-out double.
Here's Diaz. He's 0 for 9 in this series. And also, as is Lau, 2 for 29. The Rays as a team, 3 for 31 with runners in scoring position in this series. Yankee pitching really has held down a team that scores a lot of runs. There's a strike. Rays were 1 for 10 in the game they won on Monday. 1 for 10 Tuesday, the extra inning walk-off, and 1 for 11 yesterday. 2-2. And the pitch. Up the middle. Grabbed by Odor. There's one. On to first. The throw pulls LeMahieu off the bag.
Would have been an amazing double play as Odor goes to his right. The flip to Torres. You can see behind him a little bit. And the footwork maybe not 100% there as he's just trying to clip the bag and get the throw off. A little bit wide. LeMahieu has to come off the bag. But a nice play by Odor, ranging to his right, picking up the force at second.
That brings up Austin Meadows. Has a 6-game hitting streak, 9 for 20 during that time. One and 0. One. Meadows 4 for 12 in the first 3 games of the set. And he made the final out of the game last night against Chapman. One and 2.
Gerritt Cole trying to get a feel for his stuff here in the first inning. The knuckle curve looks good. Slider looks good. Changeup maybe will come along. 1-2 count. We'll see what he goes to here. Probably his best off-speed pitch. Maybe elevate a fastball. Give that changeup a try.
Tapped back to Cole. Fields. Fires. That'll do it in the first. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Rays nothing. Yankees coming to bat. Urshela, Odor, and Frazier. Look at Frazier the last 3 games. He's come alive. 4 for 9, a home run, 4 ribbies, and 4 walks. So the on-base percentage going up as well. Bottom third of the order, and Duhar, Higashioka, and Gardner.
Aaron Boone sending that lineup out there against the left-hander Ryan Yarbrough, finishing up his warm-up tosses. He pitches out of the bullpen. He gets some starts. His record is 2-3 in the ERA just over 4. We'll look at his pitcher scouting report. Good numbers against the Yankees. 9 games, a 2.7 ERA, and the batting average against just above 200. He doesn't do it with fastball velocity. It's 86.2 miles an hour. He will cut the fastball. He will sink the fastball. An impressive exit velo in that it's only 84.2 miles an hour. That leads the major leagues. So he is missing some barrels.
And the fastball velocity that you talk about, John, that's the lowest in the majors. Lowest fastball average velocity he has. And there's a strike to LeMahieu. LeMahieu's average at 255. He's 15 for his last 72, which is 208. That's over 19 games. 1-1.
Well, this is one of those matchups against Yarbrough where he doesn't throw hard. He cuts it. He sinks it. It's a comfortable at bat in that you're not intimidated by the velocity, but a lot of ground balls, a lot of weak contact.
Inside first and down the right field line. Margot cuts over, and he will hold LeMahieu to a leadoff single. Let's take a look at the Rays defense presented by Geico. One of the best in the game, Kevin Kiermaier, is at the center of it all in center field. The infield, you've got Wendell, Walls, Lau, and Diaz. That's third to first. Zunino back behind the plate. Mejia started yesterday, and on the mound, Ryan Yarbrough. Since returning from COVID IL, 356 in his last 14 games with 9 ribbies. 19 ribbies on the season. A push bunt. It's fielded by Diaz, and he flips to Yarbrough to get Gleyber Torres. Moving to second is LeMahieu.
Interesting play right there, as we just showed the numbers for Gleyber, and he's been swinging the bat better. I thought yesterday he was driving the ball better. Tries to push a bunt and maybe bunt for a base hit right there. He's not going to get away with it, but LeMahieu now in scoring position.
Yarbrough caught that with the bare hand. Be interesting to see if they give him a sacrifice, which he's not doing. He's bunting for a hit. So that brings up Judge. They do give him a sacrifice. Now, no one is better at official scoring than Howie Carpet. No one. Long time, great guy. How is that a sacrifice bunt? In the first inning. 1-1.
And I had a little conversation with Howie before the game, and he mentioned, I haven't given you guys anything to talk about for 3 days.
Well, you just did, Howie.
Did. Bottom of the first. Well, Michael, when we were breaking down our keys to the game, we were talking about some of those late inning decisions that Aaron Boone might have this afternoon. You can eliminate those decisions by the lineup going out there and scoring some runs for your ace and making this game a little less stressful.
Two and one on Judge. Three infielders on the left side for the Yankee DH. Fly ball. Shallow right. Margot is there to put it away. 2 down. LeMahieu stays put. Let's look at the game time weather presented by Bigelow, the official hot tee of the Yankees. 67 degrees. It feels like 70 though. Chance of rain 15%. The chance becomes greater later on in the afternoon. Humidity is 80%. The wind not much, 5 miles per hour. So LeMahieu is at second, and here is Gio Urshela. Had a multi-hit game last night, his first one since May 15th, and he started it with this, John.
And he didn't waste any time. A first pitch fastball out over the plate and just drilling that ball to right field. Yankees a nice start.
Now in the 14 games in between last night and May 14th, he had just 141, which is really his first extended slump of this season. But he likes hitting against Tampa Bay, hitting over 300 in 11 games against the Rays this year. One outside, 2-1. Odor's on deck. Swing and a miss, 2-2.
Well, if you're thinking maybe about pitching around Urshela, the right-handed hitter with the lefty Odor on deck, Yarborough is pretty much the same. 256 batting average, whether it's a lefty or a right-handed hitter.
Pitch outside, 3-2. Seems like it's getting a bit darker here at the stadium. Heavier clouds, especially over the left field grandstand. Hopefully this moves through. Full count, 2 outs. LeMahieu's on second base. Just underway, bottom of the first inning. Strike 3. Urshela down looking. So the leadoff single by LeMahieu is wasted as he's stranded at second. We'll go to the second.
Heroes were really good back then. That town was going crazy for their football team, but the Devil Rays, not so much.
There's a strike. Check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. Let me give you the umps. Chad Whitson's behind the plate. Alan Porter at first. Chris Guccione at second. He's the crew chief. And Ramon De Jesus is at third. Now, the Rays have been one of the hottest teams in baseball, so they're 16-5 since May 11th. But during that stretch, they're 2-4 against the Yankees, so 14-1 against everybody else.
Yeah, the Yankees restoring a little bit of order. The Rays were 7-5 against the Yankees this year, but Yankees won 2 in a row, trying to take this game. Win a series. Look forward to the Red Sox coming in this weekend.
That one is ripped into right center field. On the run is Gardner, and he makes the play. Well, he covered a lot of real estate out there to haul that in. One down.
Really good jump by Brett Gardner, and Gerritt Cole with this fastball pretty much poured right down the middle. Challenges Margot. So Brett Gardner, good jump. Easy play right on the warning track in front of the wall.
Here's Joey Wendell. One and 0.
Michael, I always enjoy watching Gerritt Cole pitch because after he delivers every pitch, his body language will tell you how he felt about it. And he missed badly with a fastball. Comes back with a good changeup. But he's a guy, he'll show you. He'll slump his shoulders if he's not happy with it. He'll kind of have his shoulders back if he liked his last pitch. He's very aware of location and quality of stuff during a ball game.
Laced into left field, and Andujar is there. John, are you taken aback by how comfortable Andujar has looked in left field?
It's getting better and better every game. You could tell he's gaining confidence. Looking at his little defensive sheet right there. But if you're Gerritt Cole here, you're thinking in the second inning, I'm throwing my fastball, and the Rays are putting some pretty good swings on it. A line drive by Margot to right center, line drive by Wendell to left field. They're on his fastball.
Here's Zunino. So he goes away from the fastball. 0-1. Take a look at Coors Light beating the pressure. So this season at home, Gerritt Cole 3-1, 1.40 ERA, 54 strikeouts to 5 walks. Opponents hit 199 against him. Another stat that jumps out at me about Cole, John, I wonder if you noticed this too. comes into the game with a 1.78 ERA. He personally is 6-2, but in his 11 starts, the Yankees are 6-5. They just have not scored for him.
Yeah, that was one of those stats that jumped out to me. I mentioned it in the pitcher scouting report. And when your #1 guy goes out there and has been as good as he has been this year, you got to find a way to win his starts. 2 runs or fewer, support in 7 of the 11.
Two and two. Rays are a high strikeout team. As we were saying, as Zunino goes down on strikes. So Cole works a 1-2-3 second inning. We'll go to the bottom of the second. 0-0 right here on Yes. It's amazing.
Absolutely not. No way.
Who doesn't want a boss that believes in them like Aaron Boone believes in his team? He is the master of optimism. Here's Rougned Odor. And there's a breaking ball strike from Yarbrough. This is Yarbrough's first start against the Yankees. He's had 9 games against them, but usually is the bulk guy out of the bullpen. Popped up behind the plate and out of play. "24 straight winless starts." Last start that he won as a starting pitcher, 2019 August. One and two. Grounded to first. Diaz is there, steps on the bag, 1 down. And that'll bring up Clint Frazier. And Meredith, I believe, is putting together a biography on Clint. So why don't you give some of that information out, Meredith?
Well, Michael, I'm not quite done yet, but I'll give you a quick look at what I have so far. You mentioned the fact that he's been swinging the bat much better lately. 4 for 9 with a home run and 4 RBIs and 4 walks in his last 3 games. I asked him about finding his stride at the plate, and he said for him, it is all about comfort, it's about confidence, and right now he has both of those things. He's just trying to stay in the lineup. We spoke a couple of days ago how he has used a variety of batting stances throughout his career. He feels as though he's finally found one that works, and he is sticking with it and the plan when he heads to the plate.
Well, it's certainly different than it was last year when that toe was pointing toward the catcher, which Paul O'Neill thought sometimes tied him up at the plate.
You know, I played with so many teammates that there's different philosophies, right? There are some hitters who say, well, this is the way I've done it my whole life. I'm going to hit. I'm not going to make any changes. And then I remember a teammate like Fred McGriff. He said, if you're not changing and mixing things up and trying something different, it's not going to get any better, as there's a good changeup for a swing and a miss to pick up a strikeout.
John, you remember, I mean, Don Mattingly is very close to a Hall of Fame player. If not for the injuries, he definitely would be in the Hall of Fame. He changed stances all the time.
And he was a big believer when he was a hitting instructor here. And, you know, he would take me to the cage and start working on a big leg kick and different posture in my stance. I mean, he was a big believer that if you're not feeling it, you got to change it up to get a different feel. And Clint, obviously, with the numbers that Meredith detailed, he's found something that's working for him lately. He's got that little leg kick, and the pigeon toe with that front foot gets everything on his backside. It's a quality changeup down and away there.
Line drive, foul ball. Just over the leaping try of Wendell, but a foul ball. Meredith, when is the book coming out? Downtown Goes Frazier.
Well, Michael, we need to see how things transpire this season. It could be as early as, I don't know, the end of the year.
Nice. Quick turnaround.
Got to put it all together.
I thought you were the author.
You know, we could have more than one author. We've got Curry and Cone, and O'Neill's had a book out.
I just hope it lands a little higher than yours on the New York Times list.
Wow. Competition.
Mine's doing just fine so far. You can order it now. Center Stage. Coming out June 15th. Thank you, Meredith.
You're welcome.
One, two. Foul back to the screen. Still 1-2. Lofted into center field. Kiermaier hardly had to move, and the Yankees go down in order 1-2-3 against Ryan Yarbrough. We'll go to the third.
Looking forward to that series.
Should be fun.
The Yankees and the Rays have matched up so much early this year. You got a good sense where each other is at. The Red Sox coming in for the first time.
And the Red Sox kind of got a dose of reality in Houston, losing the first 3 games of that 4-game set. And they will start game 4 in about a half hour at Minute Maid Park. And the Red Sox starter tomorrow is Nathan Eovaldi, and the Yankees haven't named a starter yet. The 0-2. 1-2.
You know, Michael, we were talking last inning and listening to Aaron Boone and how much confidence he has in his ball club, and it just made me think of the 7 major league managers that I played for. Would any of those guys outwardly show that much confidence? And obviously the game is so much different. Good strikeout pitch, elevated fastball there from Gerritt Cole. And I would say the one guy probably was Joe Torre, who outwardly would express confidence in his ball club, but in the clubhouse would also let you know when he wasn't happy the way things are going. Sparky Anderson wasn't afraid to let everybody know how unhappy he was.
To the media.
To the media, to your club. I remember in '95 we were having a good year at the All-Star break, and he had a meeting before the break, Sparky Anderson did, basically saying, you haven't done anything yet. First half doesn't mean anything. You have to go out there in the second half and prove it. And he must have seen some flaws in our club because we had a bad second half and limped to the finish line.
Now, you played for Bochy in San Diego, right?
He's great.
But he occasional public rip?
No.
Okay.
No, very positive. He was a manager who really would read the personality of his ball club, and if you needed more structure, I guess is the best way to put it, he would instill that. When I got traded there in '96, it was a very laid-back clubhouse, very laid-back team, and a very successful team, and he just let the players do their thing, and it worked out.
2-2 on Kiermaier.
And I had seen Bochy later on when he was with the Giants, and I noticed as a broadcaster watching them go about their business, it was a lot more structured than I remembered in San Diego. And I mentioned it to him, and he said, totally different team here. This team needs more structure. You guys didn't need that.
When you say structure, you mean more discipline and rules?
Rules, you know, like you need to be out on the field for batting practice at this time. This is the uniform that we're going to wear. You know, just needed to just lead you in the right direction. When I got traded to San Diego in '96, I mean, you didn't have to go out for batting practice. You didn't have to take infield practice if you didn't want to. He trusted you would be ready to go for the 3 hours, and that club was, but there are a lot of teams that you can't let them get away with all of that. But at the end of it all, I think the players in the clubhouse, even though Aaron Boone is praising them, confidence, all that stuff, the players know what's going on. They know how they're playing. They know what they need to do a better job with.
Dribbled slowly and fielded by Cole. And he beats Kiermaier. No, he doesn't beat him to the bag as Kiermaier beats it out. Kiermaier's fast, and he just beat Cole to the bag.
Yeah, we've noticed some of the pitchers not doing a great job of fielding their position. I was just ready to praise Gerritt Cole. Great job fielding the ball, but he just kind of jogs a little bit. And that's going to be reviewed. That looks like a bang-bang play. But you see LeMahieu right there. You wonder why Gerritt Cole just didn't flip the baseball to LeMahieu. Would have been an easier play.
Well, the Yankees are challenging, and the best I could see here, John, is it's a tie. I don't know if that's enough to overturn it, because the call on the field is safe. Let's see if Cole's spike hits the bag first. Now there it looked like it might have.
Yeah, the other angle it didn't look that way.
Yeah, he's out, but I don't know if it's enough to turn it. Right there.
Wow.
Right?
Wow, is that close?
And he's out. Good challenge by the Yankees.
Kiermaier can't believe it. Thought he might have had an infield base hit. Okay, Gerritt Cole, nice job with fielding the baseball. You wonder if the easier play was just to flip it to LeMahieu, but he gets away with it.
Boy, you can't even blame Alan Porter for that, the first base ump. That's an impossible play to call in real time. That was like the difference of an eyelash.
Off the end of the bat, good reactions, getting to the baseball. That's the toughest part of the play.
Well, they're lucky they didn't collide. High fly ball, left center. Gardner puts it away, and that completes a 1-2-3 inning as Cole has retired 8 in a row. Kyle Higashioka will lead off the bottom of the third against Yarbrough. Each team with one hit. Yankees LeMahieu singled to open up the first, and Brandon Lau singled with one out in the first. Grounded to third. Wendell. One away.
We talked about the soft contact against Yarbrough, and it's been on display here. 2 innings now and out in the third. Some weak fly balls. Nice easy ground ball to third there. He doesn't do it with velocity. He does it with cutting it, sinking it, change-ups, keeping hitters off balance.
So here's Brett Gardner. One hit in his last 22 at bats. Shows bunt, takes a strike, but on his Zoom press conference today, he said he feels like he's getting closer to what he has to do. Obviously, he could still go get him with anybody in center field. Yankees don't lose a thing with him defensively, but obviously he has hit better than he's hit. High fly ball, Deep right. Margot back. Track. Wall. See ya. Home run Gardner. Yankees on the board. 1-0.
Well, when you've been around as long as Brett Gardner has, and you've gone through hot streaks, you've gone through struggles, you know what it feels like to be a little bit closer to your ace swing. And you can see the excitement in that dugout. First home run of the year for Gardner gives the Yankees an early 1-0 lead. Big relief for him.
Well, he's one of the leaders of that team, so everybody's pulling for him, and you can see the joy in that dugout that he connected for his first home run. And there's a strike to LeMahieu.
He tries to run a fastball in on his hands, but he leaves it out over the plate just a little bit too much.
One and one on LeMahieu. Grounded softly to short. Walls. 2 outs. Well, push your New York Yankees to the top this summer with the 2021 Google MLB All-Star Ballot. Vote daily at MLB.com/vote and on Google by searching for your favorite players to send them to Colorado. Gleyber Torres tried to get on with a push bunt. Most of the right side is open. That was in the first inning. It was scored a sacrifice bunt. Pitch outside. Two and one.
Well, Gleyber, a good game last night, 2 for 3, a double and a base hit, and this looked like his swing was together a little bit more last night. Ball jumping off his bat just a little bit better. He's been getting his base hits, but not really driving the ball like we've seen in the past.
Popped up. Shallow right center. Long way for Margot, and he makes the play for the final out. But the Yankees are on the board. Brett Gardner gets his first home run of the year. Into the short porch and right. Nice catch by a fan. 1-0. Yankee leads. Seasons. Brandon Lau takes a pitch low. 1-0 as we start the 4th inning. Lau singled to left in the first. And the Yankees have changed their defense just a bit. Because when he singled, Urshela was essentially where the shortstop would be. And Lau just took a ground ball the other way. Now Urshela is closer to third base. Fouled away. One 1-0 Yankees on the Gardner home run. And a strike. 2-2 on Lau. Three-two. Although he's given up just one hit, Cole seems more as if he's in grind mode today rather than dominant mode as he walks Lau. Also a rare occurrence.
Well, I agree, Michael. I mean, the stuff is okay, but you just look at his body language. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of energy there, and this might be one of those tough ones for him. You know, we mentioned that May 12th game where everything was locked in, struck out 12 against the Rays, did not walk a batter. This afternoon looks like it's going to be a different story, and he's going to have to grind his way through this one.
Diaz fouls it away. There's a pitch breakdown. So 50 pitches for Gerritt Cole here in the 4th inning. Oh, and 2. Strike 3. Diaz down looking. Nice pitch by Cole.
All Diaz can do is look at that one. When you throw 97 on the inner half, the pitch before, and he swung through it. If you locate a changeup down and away after that 97 on the inner half, you're going to freeze a lot of big league hitters.
Here's Austin Meadows. He grounded back to Cole in the 1st inning. Keeping Lau close. Along with John Flaherty and Meredith Marakovitz, I'm Michael Kay. We thank you for spending part of your Thursday afternoon with us. 4th game of a 4-game set. We're in the 4th inning, and the Yankees lead this one 1-0 as they attempt to take 3 out of 4 from the Tampa Bay Rays, who came in as the hottest team in baseball. Oh, and 1. Meadows drove in 28 runs during May, and that's the 2nd most in Rays history for a single month. Evan Longoria had 31 in a month in 2009. Cole not working with the pace he usually works with. A lot of time between pitches. 1-1. Popped up the other way. Long run for Urshela. And he goes into the screen and then tumbles onto the tarp. Let's see if he's okay. Looks like he's okay.
Didn't think he was going to have a play, but just full out into the screen. Think about Derek Jeter in 2004 could have used that screen.
And you mean the John Flaherty game?
The Derek Jeter game.
it would not have been as iconic if he didn't fly into the stands. Boy, that screen is pretty tough. It went into it full bore. I think of that game often, John. I mean, what a great game. And just when Jeter flies in and then A-Rod puts his hands up in the air and asks people to come help, it was everything about that still little snapshots in your mind.
Yeah, the reaction of the fans who were right there. Gene Monahan, the trainer, going out. Joe Torre looking at Derek Jeter. You can see he wasn't pleased with what he saw. And the Red Sox come in tomorrow night.
Yep. One-two. Driven out into right center field. A long run for Gardner, and that ball is gone into the Yankee bullpen. A 2-run home run for Meadows, and the Rays lead 2-1.
Fourteen home runs on the year for Meadows, and a big one right there. After Gerritt Cole, we've been watching through 3 innings. His location with his fastball has not been great. On a 1-2 count, Meadows gets him.
That one is looped into right field. Odor runs it down for the second out.
Watch where Higashioka is set up. Out over the plate. Meadows goes down and kind of scoops underneath it and drives that ball to right center field.
Oh, strike to Wendell. So Gardner's solo shot on Meadows' 2-run shot. That's the scoring in this game. 2-1 Tampa Bay.
See the look on his face, Michael. I mean, that just says it all. That's a guy who's laboring. If you're a big league starting pitcher and you take the ball over 30 times, there are going to be games where it's going to be a struggle. It's going to be a grind, and those are the games that it's a difference maker for a starting pitcher, finding a way to get through it.
2-1 on Wendell. Two and two. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Wendell down on strikes. 5th strikeout for Cole, but he gives up the 2-run home run to Meadows. 2-1 Tampa Bay. Yankees versus Red Sox tickets today at Yankees.com. Tri-State Audi dealer scoreboard: Tampa Bay 2 and the Yankees 1. Final game of a 4-game set. Yankees have taken 2 of the first 3, and Aaron Judge leads off against Ryan Yarbrough. Judge, Urshela, and Odor here in the 4th. 0-1. Missed outside. Three and one on Judge. So Judge with a fly ball right in the first inning. Strike two. 3-2, full count.
He just doesn't give in. A changeup on a 3-1 count, drops it in there for a strike. Urshela waiting on deck.
And the pitch. High drive, but foul. And that's in the upper deck. Very rarely see anything go in the upper deck in left field, but Judge just put it there, foul. And the pitch. Lined into center field, and Kiermaier cannot come up with it, so it'll be a base hit for Judge. Usually if it's catchable, he'll catch it, but he couldn't haul it in that time.
A really good at bat by Aaron Judge. Smokes this one. Right center field. Kiermaier, a good jump just off of his glove. And you're right, Michael, you just expect him to make the amazing play when he has a good route on it.
Time for the Audi electric moment. Visit your Tri-State Audi dealer and experience the fully electric Audi e-tron today. Remember this, John?
July 1st, 2004, Derek Jeter with a great play, head first into the stands. And then you see the reactions afterwards.
Urshela lost one down the left field line. That's going to dunk in there for a base hit. Judge will go to third. Urshela into second with a double, and the Yankees are set up second and third, nobody out.
Well, Aaron Judge hit a rocket into right center field, but Urshela hit this baseball just like Yarbrough threw it. Not a whole lot of velocity, not a whole lot of exit velo as he's out front and just scoops it into left field off the end of the bat. Sometimes it's about the placement. As Aaron Judge going to move to third base easily. Urshela in there with the double, and the Yankees set up here in the fourth.
Well, the Rays bring the infield in, which is odd with runners on second and third. You could give up two if it squeaks through. Here's Odor. Pitch outside. And John, this decision by Cash is directly connected to who's pitching for the Yankees, I think.
Absolutely. Gerritt Cole gave up the 2-run home run on the top of the fourth. The Yankees, you have to answer back here. Second and third, nobody out. Kevin Cash bringing the infield in. Situational hitting.
High fly ball, right side. Coming on Margot. He'll make the catch. Tagging is Judge, but he bluffs, and the throw is cut off. Nice play by Margot.
Well, nice play by Margot, knowing the ballpark and also having some momentum coming towards home plate. That's going to hold Aaron Judge at third.
And that'll bring up Clint Frazier.
Again, the infield in.
There's a strike. 0-1.
Change up off the plate away. Yarbrough gets the call, and the strikeout in the second against Frazier. It was on a changeup, down and away. See the way the Rays are set up defensively.
One and one.
In this situation, pitcher catcher, you're thinking about jamming a hitter or getting him to go out of the strike zone down and away. And if you're Yarbrough, it's going to be changeups down and away off the plate, and then an occasional cutter in on the hands of Clint Frazier.
Will not come over the plate. 2-1.
This is where you really have to be disciplined here. 3 changeups away off the plate.
The 2-1. Dropped one in there for a strike. 71 miles an hour.
Chad Whitson behind the plate has given Yarbrough 2 pitches off the plate for strikes. Well, that is not a strike. The first pitch changeup was not a strike.
And the pitch. Outside, 3-2. Frazier has a 14.3% walk rate, which is the 6th highest in the American League.
And every pitch in this at bat has been away and off the plate away.
Three-2. Strike 3. Frazier down looking.
Well, the one pitch that was a strike in the strike zone is perfectly located. A cutter, backdoor. Zunino brings it up. You can't do it much better. And you got a lot of help from the home plate umpire, Chad Whitson, on the first 2 strikes.
So that leaves it up to Andujar as the Rays drop the infield back. Now he could pick up the team right here, John, but we have seen this far too often this season. The Yankees' inability to get a runner in from third with fewer than 2 outs. It seems like it happens all the time.
And again, we talk about stress and pressure and all of those things. You can feel it in those situations. Now Andujar, tough spot with 2 outs.
1-1. Judge at third, Urshela at second. Now 2 men out. And the lefty deals. 1-2. Swing and a miss. And the Yankees strand 2. Second and third, nobody out, infield in, and they do not score a run. We go to the 5th. Manaea, complete game shutout in Seattle. And then the Chicago Cubs. People thought they were breaking this team up. They traded Yu Darvish, their best pitcher. Well, they're 14-3 in their last 17 games. And that's the best record in baseball since May 16th. So reports of their demise might be somewhat premature. That one's fouled straight back right at John Flaherty, and he did not make the play.
You know what? It looks like you can make it easy, but then you realize you're 53 years old and you just don't have the same reactions that you used to have.
Listen, John, I don't blame you. you've had a baseball before. Now Vinny got it, but Vinny kind of got it on the carom.
Be honest with you, that had a little more steam on it than I thought it did.
I could tell. I'm not going to criticize you.
There is a possibility there will be an X-ray in the future tonight, maybe.
Now here is the play that wasn't made. It did hit the hand. Wow. You okay, John?
I think I'm going to be all right. I got a tee time tomorrow at 10 o'clock, so we'll find out on the first tee.
Now, you are very good at this, though, because you almost killed Bob Lorenz, but you made the play in Seattle.
I mean, I used to pride myself on being somewhat of a team player, but I had no regard right there for Bob.
Strong. 2-2. Check swing. 3-2. Now, one thing that people don't understand, when a ball comes into this booth, it's coming with some heat on it because there's an overhang. And then you don't know if it's going to hit the overhang and carom into your mug. So I give you total pass. As Zunino opens the fifth with a walk.
Well, if you're the Yankees and you saw home plate umpire Chad Whitson with a very generous strike zone in the last inning, Gerritt Cole does not get the benefit of the doubt on a fastball that was off the plate. But you like to say that a umpire is going to give it both sides. Cole didn't get that one.
And you could actually make the argument, John, that Clint Frazier struck out on a 5-0 pitch. Oh, and 1 on Walls.
Now, I'm a little worried that we showed that highlight from Seattle where I just like barreled over Bob Lorenz. I got to work with this guy tomorrow night.
I know.
He's got to let me back in the studio.
And he doesn't forget.
I don't know if that's going to happen now.
There's a strike.
When you kick me out of the booth, he's got to accept me back in the studio.
Listen, I'd love to have you here every day.
Got the full crew tomorrow night, right?
Yep.
Jack, myself, and
Coney's
Bob
back
in studio.
Yep.
Coney will be back.
Paul from Studio 21. Strike 3. Walls down looking.
Breaking ball just spins middle of the plate. You wouldn't say that it was his best breaking ball, but it's going to be the 6th strikeout.
Here's Kiermaier. Fouled away. Chopped slowly to first. LeMahieu does not tag Kiermaier on the way by, and he reaches on the single. Moving to second, Zunino.
No tag. Yeah, no tag.
Now, did he run out of that baseline?
That's what Aaron Boone is waiting for the guys in the clubhouse to look at.
Oh, he certainly did.
Foot is on the line there. You can see the tag not applied.
All I could do was read Alan Porter's lips. He said, come on, man. But I don't think that what Boone was inferring was so outrageous. He definitely ran out of that lane. Whole body out. If he stays in the lane, he's out. He's going to be tagged out. So first and second, one man out. Here's Arozarena. Out of the way. So that hit by Kiermaier, just the third hit by the Rays. Single by Lau, single by Kiermaier, and then the two-run home run by Meadows. Meadows' 11th home run against the Yankees since 2019, tying him with Randall Grichuk for the most in the majors by any player against this team.
Big spot in this game. We'll see if Gerritt Cole can step it up a little bit after that deflating bottom of the fourth for the Yankees. Big spot here in the fifth.
99-mile-an-hour fastball.
And he's picked it up just a little bit there with the fastball and the velocity, a little extra, trying to reach back.
Foul back, still 0-2. Top of the fifth inning here in the Bronx, and the Rays lead the Yankees 2-1. Rays looking for a split of the 4-game set. Yankees trying to take 3 out of 4. One and two on Arozarena. In this series, Arozarena, who before this season, well, last year he just destroyed the Yankees as he burst upon the scene. He's 1 for 15 in this series. Strikeout and a fly ball to center today. And Cole deals. 2-2. So he likes to hit the fastball. 337 homers, slugging at 563 against other pitches. 176, 235 slug. And he swings and misses. Now the pitch diving down and in.
Cole was able to dominate him early in this at bat with the fastball velocity about 97 and 99, and then a good slider down and away.
Brendan Lau. Check swing, fouled away. Lau singled to left in the first, walked and scored on Meadows' home run in the fourth. He has the homers. He has the ribbies, but Kevin Cash said he continues to run him out there because he knows he'll hit. That's what he did in the postseason as well, but he didn't hit. He ended up finishing the postseason with no offense whatsoever from Lau. One and one. So a walk to Zunino and an infield single by Kiermaier where he clearly ran out of the baseline. And Cole's trying to pitch out of this jam. And again, a lot of stress here in the 5th inning because he knows the Yankees haven't been able to score runs. So you give up a crooked number here, all of a sudden you're looking at a very steep hill. You wonder if they can climb.
Well, you feel it as a pitching staff. You feel it as a starter. You feel it as a bullpen when your lineup is struggling.
Line drive right field. It's going to be played on a hop by Frazier. They're waving Zunino home. The throw is up the third baseline. Zunino scores, and both runners move up. It's 3-1 Rays.
The 2-out RBI base hits are killers. Look at that looping line drive into right field just in front of Clint Frazier. The throw up the line a little bit. Off the end of the bat, had a little top spin on it. Thought there might have been a play here from Frazier with an accurate and a strong throw up the line a little bit. Eliminates that possibility.
I was startled when they waved Zunino home. But it worked out. Here's Diaz now, 2nd and 3rd. So Cole, who came into the game with a 1.78 ERA, now is at 2.03 because of this, waving Zunino home.
Frazier had the ball right before he got to third base. The throw up the line.
And that is a big base hit for the Rays, as 2 runs will score on the Diaz single. Now it's 5-1 Tampa Bay.
Well, Michael, you detailed this early. Diaz has also had good numbers against Cole, just like Choi. And another 2-out, 2 RBI base hit. As a pitching staff, you feel like you're 1 pitch, 1 out away, and that's a slider that backs up. Not a good pitch, and Diaz strong enough just to fight it off back up the middle. It has been a grind. 86 pitches, 1 out here in the 5th.
Oh and 2 on Meadows. One and 2. No one up in the Yankee bullpen, and this Yankee bullpen has been worked quite a bit. This will be the 89th pitch by Cole. Take a look at how much they've worked. So Chapman, Green, and Loizaga are probably not available. And Peralta, Sessa, and Litke, obviously they would be available. He'd like to stay away from them, pitching them 3 times in 4 days, but it would be done. And you got Nelson, Krisky, and Cortez. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Well, John, it's amazing. You could almost see it in the first and second inning. Body language, the way even his face was looking in for the sign. He was really, really laboring to find something, and now it's showing up on the scoreboard. He certainly hasn't been hit hard, but he's not the Gerritt Cole that you see when he's at the top of his game.
Yeah, it's one of the things I enjoy about watching him work is that his body language will tell you how he feels on that particular game, that particular start. And you could tell early on in this one that it was going to be a grind, as Nelson's starting to get his gun hot in the Yankee bullpen.
And they're going to look at that Kiermaier call and say, if Porter had said that he ran 3 feet out of his established baseline, which I think he did to avoid the tag, then he should have been out. Fly ball left field, and Duhar will make the play, and that'll do it. But 3 runs for the Rays. We're halfway through. 5-1 Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay has scored. That's the most that Cole has allowed in a home game since joining the Yankees. And the 5 runs ties a season high. Cole gave up 5 runs on May 17th at Texas. And Higashioka will start it off here in the 5th against Yarbrough. Oh, and 1. One. High pop up. Lau with the call on the catch. 1 away. Hey, Saturday night, the Brooklyn Nets begin their much-anticipated second-round series against the Bucks, and you can watch complete post-game coverage on the Yes app immediately following the game. So get full highlights, analysis, and player reaction, and don't miss the FanDuel Sportsbook Nets post-game Saturday night streaming live on the Yes app. So follow the team with the team that followed the team all year long. Here's Brett Gardner, homered in the 3rd inning, the Yankees' only run. Now, Tampa Bay is the team that really did make popular the bulk guy, the guy who follows the opener, who might pitch an inning or 2. And the general thought is that they do that because they don't have enough starting pitching. Now, I think that's part of it, but their GM, Eric Neander, said why they've done it with Yarbrough and others. He said it's a softer landing for those guys. He said guys that we weren't sure were ready to graduate and become a 200-inning major league starter, guys like Yoni Chirinos, Ryan Yarbrough, we thought there was a better entry point where they can go 3 or 4 or 5 innings, experience success, and graduate to a higher inning total as they go forward. So Yarbrough usually is a bulk guy, so he did get the start today, pitching well so far. That one is ripped down the right field line. It is A fair ball into the corner. And Gardner picks up a double. So he has a home run and a double today.
Well, Brett had mentioned that he had been feeling better and some good times were going to be coming, and he's proving it today. His first home run of the year, his last at bat, a 3-1 fastball there. And the positive sign, not only did hit it hard, but not to come around it and pull it foul, to keep it fair. 1-out double. Yankees trying to chip away here in the 5th.
Here's DJ LeMahieu. Single and a ground ball is short. Gardner leads off second, 1 man out, bottom of the 5th inning, 5-1 Tampa Bay. And a strike. Doesn't matter the moment, the threat. Yarbrough does not deviate from what he does. Kittredge getting ready. He gave up the home run to Frazier in the walk-off win on Tuesday. Two and one. And John, I guess a guy like Yarbrough is even more effective in an era where everybody throws hard. He's just so different.
Well, everything he throws has movement. It's either the changeup that's going to be down and away, or he's going to cut a fastball in on your hands if you're a right-handed hitter. Backdoor cuts it in on your hands. There's just a lot to handle, and it's a lot of different velocities, although it's not overwhelming. 86 miles an hour tops.
Grounded up the middle, grabbed by Lau, throws to first. And LeMahieu is tagged out. Moving to third is Gardner.
Reminds me a lot of Jamie Moyer back in the day, who used to throw changeup after changeup. He would never give in. And as a hitter, you're just programmed to look for fastballs and fastball counts, and you would never get it. And he had a very successful long big league career, pitching away, off the plate, and down, and using hitters' aggressiveness against them.
There's Gleyber Torres. He's 0 for 1. 1-0. Be a big thing for the Yankees to cash in this run at third, just to start the climb back as they continue to not hit consistently with runners in scoring position. 1-1.
There's a swing. That's what Yarbrough wants you to do. You're trying to go deep on a 1-0 changeup instead of just taking what he gives you. Take your base hit and RBI. Big swing from Torres there.
One and two. Bottom of the 5th inning. Gardner is at third with 2 outs. Yankees down by 4 on a overcast, hazy Thursday afternoon in the Bronx. One, two. Grounded to short. Wells will get Torres, and once again, they cannot cash in a runner in scoring position. They strand one. We go to the 6th.
Being RBI base hit, and then the backbreaker, there's the backup slider that Diaz just blocks into center field. Another 2-out hit, couple of RBIs, and Gerritt Cole, tough afternoon.
Last 4 starts, a 4.30 ERA. His first 8, it was 1.37. And that will do it for Gerritt Cole. 5 innings of work, and turn it over to Nick Nelson in his 8th game. And Margot takes low 1-0. One and one. Margot, Wendell, and Zunino against Nelson. One and two. Red Sox coming to town tomorrow. All three games against the Red Sox over the weekend. 7 o'clock starts. Grounded to short, Gleyber Torres. One away. Well, time for Pinstripe Pride, brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicle of the Yankees. And today's picture was submitted by Pat Shea. He brought his son Finn out to Monument Park when they attended his first ever Major League Baseball game. Memory forever. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride and post your picture to social media to reflect your love for the Yankees, and we might spotlight you in a future game. Didn't Lou Brock invent that? The Brockabella?
Did he really?
Yeah, I think so. One and one on Wendell. Swing and a miss. Wendell down on strikes, 2 away.
Good breaking ball from Nelson on the outer half. Yankees have done a good job with Wendell in this series.
And here's Zunino. He started that 3-run 5th inning with a walk, and there's a strike. One and one. Zunino struck out in the second and walked in the 5th, and there is Lou Brock with the Brockabella. Because why bother yourself with holding the handle of an umbrella when you could just have it sitting on top of your head?
Well, aren't you supposed to wear it when it's raining?
Maybe, you know, he's just being preemptive. And Zunino gets drilled. And he'll take first.
Well, obviously some bad blood between these two teams. That was a changeup right there from Nick Nelson, so no intent. This works underneath it, up and in, into the back of Zunino.
Foul back to the screen. It must be drizzling if the Brockabella is being used and then the regular umbrella. One and one on Walls. Nelson deals the 1-1, 1-2. Each team with 5 hits. Rays lead 5-1. And that one's foul back. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Good inning for Nick Nelson. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It'll be Judge, Urshela, and Odor against Yarborough. Judge 1 for 2, fly ball right, and a single off the glove of Kiermaier in center field. Been swinging at the first pitch a lot. Let's see if he does it here. Too far outside, doesn't offer. 1-0.
I see the pitch count at 74 for Yarborough. 78 pitches his last time, mid-80s the outings before that, so he's probably getting to the end of the rope.
Boston's jumped out to a 3-0 lead over the Astros, top of the 3rd inning in Houston. Fly ball right field, Margot. 1 out. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. So here is Urshela. He's 1 for 2. Fouled away. One and one. Clips the outside corner. He stays with the plan. This is who he is. He's not going to try to do too much. And by the time he's out of the game, the hitters will not have adjusted. And that's the secret to his success. Grounded foul.
Well, he also has a home plate umpire in Chad Whitson, who's starting to hear it a little bit from the Yankee dugout, as it has been a generous strike zone, especially off the plate away to the right-handed hitters. And you're right, Michael, he doesn't give in. He's always pitching off the plate, but he's getting a little bit of help.
Two and two. You almost get the sense that Boone is itching to get thrown out. Yeah, he's barking at Whitson right now. And when the umpire starts looking into the dugout, you know that time is short. 3-2. Chop toward third. Wendell. 2 outs. Well, tonight on Yes, Sabrina Ionescu and the New York Liberty battle last season's MVP, Asia Wilson, and the Las Vegas Aces at Barclays Center. Coverage starts at 7 on Yes and streaming on the Yes app. The Aces were the WNBA's runner-up last year and a big test for the Liberty as they look to continue their strong start to the season. Here's Rougned Odor. 0-1. Popped up. Wendell will put it away, and the Yankees go down in order. 6 strong innings for Ryan Yarbrough. We'll take it to the 7th. It's 5-1 Tampa Bay.
Details of that yet. He wanted to wait until Kluber got back to discuss that a little bit further, but he said he is optimistic when it comes to Kluber.
Cadillac scoreboard, 7th inning, 5-1 Rays. And the pitch to Kiermaier is a strike. It's interesting, Meredith, because the initial diagnosis by the Yankees was to shut him down for 4 weeks before he began to start to throw again. Now they say that he could throw earlier, but Aaron Boone also said today that doesn't move up the timeline of him not being here for 2 months.
Right, it's still going to take some time, and he's going to have to build himself up and build himself up slowly. But the fact that they're going to allow him to even start throwing on flat ground, I think, is a positive sign. But he's obviously going to have to clear a lot of hurdles and make sure that there isn't any additional pain in that shoulder. It seems like we should know more about that diagnosis when Kluber gets back to the ballpark.
Strike 3, Kiermaier down looking. Well, when you hear that he's going for, second opinions, Meredith, you kind of expect the worst, but this was actually better news than people thought after he went to get the second opinion.
There's no doubt about it, and Aaron Boone himself said he is cautiously optimistic. They want to develop a plan and see exactly how they are going to bring him along, but they're not going to know anything really, Michael, until he starts throwing again. This is a situation where he could start throwing and feel something in the shoulder and realize that he does need to take the full time to shut down. But right now, based on that second and third opinion, the Yankees seem to be a little bit encouraged here.
Well, good stuff. 1-0 count on Arozarena, who is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Fouled away. One and 2. Two on Arozarena.
He loses his bat. Fastball up and in. With the history between these two clubs, every pitch that's thrown like that is going to get your attention.
And off of Nelson, and it caroms into shallow right field. A base hit retrieved there by Odor, so Arozarena picks up a single.
Well, the Arozarena will take it. He has been struggling in this series. Not his best swing. Off of the foot of Nick Nelson. That's going to be an infield base hit.
He's 2 for 17 with 9 strikeouts in this series, so the Yankees have handled him well.
He can run, though. 8 stolen bases. Rays a 4-run lead. They could be aggressive here in the 7th if they want to.
Runner goes. Throw to second. Stolen base for Rosarena.
Not wasting any time, and a great jump. Once Nick Nelson picks up that left leg, Rosarena is gone. This is one of those where Kyle Higashioka had no chance.
Two and 0. Three and 0. And Lau works a walk, so he's been on base all 4 times, putting runners on first and second. Now it's time for the answer to the trivia question we gave you earlier. Gerritt Cole has an ERA under 3 in each year since 2018. Which 2 starting pitchers hold the Yankees and Rays records for most sub 3.00 ERA seasons?
David Price.
Whitey Ford and David Price. Good pull. Wow. One and 0 on Diaz. Two and 0 on Diaz. Second inning of work for Nelson. And Higashioka will go out and talk with the right-hander. I want to send out congratulatory message to my friend the Marolas. They welcomed a baby daughter into the world, Sophia Isabella Marola. So congratulations.
Sophia, beautiful name.
Yes, beautiful little baby. Two and 0 on Diaz. Pitch outside, 3 and 0. So Nelson has lost the strike zone. Way outside, and now the bases are loaded, and this one getting very close to getting out of hand. And Matt Blake, the pitching coach, will go out and talk with Nelson, and there's no one warming in the Yankee bullpen, so this is Nelson's jam to get out of.
Well, Luis Cessa going to get up on that mound right now, and really the difference from Nick Nelson from last year when he arrived to this point now is control issues, losing the strike zone a little bit more than he did when he first came up.
Next up, Austin Meadows in the 4th inning. He hit this one out, a 2-run home run off of Cole on StatCast Google Cloud, 103.2 miles per hour, traveled 409 feet. So a big RB opportunity for the Rays designated hitter. So he has 41 ribbies and 14 home runs. He's been on a hot streak. Now riding a 7-game hitting streak with the home run. 1-0. With the bases loaded in his career, good stuff. He has 1 grand slam, hitting .444. (2-0). No place to put Austin Meadows. That one is ripped into left center field, and that ball is going to split the outfielders and go to the wall. In fact, it is going to clear the bases. A bases clearing double for Austin Meadows, and it is 8-1 Tampa Bay. And the boos are raining down here in the Bronx.
Yeah, it's getting ugly here at Yankee Stadium, but if you're Nick Nelson and you fall behind to Austin Meadows 2-0, you're trying to challenge him down and away and take your chances, and this elevated maybe a little bit more than Nelson wanted. But Meadows just goes the other way, splits the gap, and his numbers with the bases loaded just got better.
Margot swings and misses. One 1-2 on Margot. Margot is 0 for 3. Fly ball to center, pop up to second, and a ground ball to short. Ground ball to Urshela. Gets Margot, and Meadows stays put. 2 outs. So 5 ribbies for Meadows means he has 44 runs batted in on the season. There's Joey Wendell. He is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts today. You know, Major League Baseball releases the spray charts on pitches and how it fits into the designated strike zone. And you've been all over this, John. Yarbrough's gotten so many calls clearly out of the strike zone for punch outs, and also changing the whole tenor of an at-bat And if you look at it, and we're not just making this up, look at Cole. He didn't get any of those calls. Yarbrough did.
Yeah, that's going to be the biggest argument from the Yankee perspective, is that it didn't go both ways. Yarbrough definitely got some help. Chad Whitson behind the plate.
Yeah, if an umpire has a small strike zone or a large strike zone, the batters don't like it, but everybody appreciates if it's consistent for both teams. And today, just looking at the spray charts, it certainly wasn't. Line drive, a base hit to left field. They will wave Meadows home. It's an RBI single for Wendell, and it's 9-1 Tampa Bay. They are pouring it on. And more boos from the crowd.
Well, the Yankees have done a good job with Wendell until this point. An elevated fastball just stays inside, drives it the other way. Not going to be a play for Andujar.
So here comes Sessa, as Boone has seen enough. Sessa will try to clean up this mess. And he's pointing to home plate where he thought the bad calls were. So Whitson then throws him out, and Boone gets his money's worth, John.
Well, he gets his money's worth, and we were able to kind of pay attention to this. And there was a lot of conversation about Gerritt Cole not getting pitches that Aaron Boone thought he should have been getting compared to Yarbrough. And obviously, it's been a topic that we've been talking about. It's been noticeable when you watch some of the replays and the pitches that have been off the plate from the lefty that he was getting, and the pitches maybe that Gerritt Cole thought he should have been getting as well.
Zunino fouls it back. And he got so heated, you see Sessa in his 18th game, that the crew chief, Chris Guccione, had to come all the way toward home plate just to separate the two of them. But Aaron was very, very angry at that strike zone, and we kind of predicted this because, again, just take a look at it, an unbiased spray chart. The computer tells you exactly where the calls were, and Yarbrough got a lot of them and Cole didn't get one. So if we have that information, I'm sure they have even more detailed information. So it's telling them, you know what, he didn't get a fair shake today. And you'll see where Guccione said, oh, okay, this might be getting out of hand, because you can see the veins in Boone's neck just popping out there. A lot of frustration bubbling over, not just this game. Grounded to third. Urshela gets Zunino, and Sessa gets the final out. But the Rays score 4 runs. They leave 1. Yankees lose a manager for the rest of the game. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. Tampa Bay leads the Yankees 9-1, but we'll stay right here as we honor America in the Bronx.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. Will you rise and remove your caps? Today, the New York Yankees are honoring as their veteran of the game, United States Navy personnel man James Joseph Finn from West Nyack, New York, who served in the Korean War. The Yankees say thank you for your sacrifice and service to our nation. And now, Yankee Stadium organist Paul Cartier's rendition of God Bless America.
Gardner, 2 for 2, couple of extra base hits. First time in a regular season game since 2019 that he's done that. And Frazier swings at the first pitch and grounds it to short, 1 away. And here's Andujar. Yankees down 9-1. Boone thrown out for the second time this year. The other time was April 26th at Baltimore. One and one. So with Boone ejected, Carlos Mendoza, the bench coach and also the third base coach for the Yankees, effectively the manager. Drilled deep to left field. There it goes. See ya. A home run for Andujar. 9-2 Rays.
Well, Miguel Andujar starting to get his opportunities because he's swinging the bat so much better than he was at the beginning of the year. Third home run. Take another look at the pitch, and this catches the middle of the plate. One of the few mistakes Yarbrough has thrown over the plate, and Andujar was ready.
Here's Higashioka. High fly ball. Rosarena on the warning track puts it away. Second out. Three home runs in the last 4 games for Andujar. So he's starting to pick it up, seeing everyday action, getting his swing down. And if he keeps hitting, and you know this is a breakout day for Gardner, you could point to this day with some positives. Couple of home runs for the Yankees, both solo shots, Gardner's and Andujar's. This is only Gardner's second game with 2 extra base hits since September of 2019. He did have 2 extra base hits in the American League Wild Card Game 1 at Cleveland last year. What a play by Lau. He just robbed Gardner of a 3-hit game. Gardner hit it right on the screws, but a great play by Lau, diving to the glove side. 1 run on the Andujar home run. We go to the 8th inning. It's 9-2 Tampa Bay. Randy Rosarena against Luis Cessa, the Yankees' third pitcher. And there's a strike. Walls is 0 for 3, struck out 3 times, so trying to avoid the golden sombrero. Fouled it off. Fly ball center field. Gardner's there. 1 away.
Today, following the post game, keep it right here for the Michael Kay Show and get instant analysis of this game, plus the NBA playoff talk and more. That's today after the post game right here on Yes.
You'll be listening on the ride home, right?
You're going to break down the Nets-Bucks series for me?
That'll probably be tomorrow, because first game I'm going to break down Knicks, Hawks, and then Yankees, Rays. But Don and Peter are doing that now since the show started at 2 on radio.
Well, one of the things you can break down from this game and this series is the Rays defensively. They're a very good defensive club. It's been evident the last couple of days here. That Brandon Lau play to rob Brett Gardner of another base hit. More proof of that.
Grounded to second. See, now that play right there, I think it's worth noting, and it shouldn't be something that's noted. But they're up by 7 runs in the 8th inning, and that's a simple ground ball to second base. And Kiermaier flew down the line as if it was the 7th game of the World Series, and you see that with the Rays a lot. And I think that forces defenses every now and then to make a mistake.
Well, absolutely it does, and it should be something that's there every day, day in and day out, no matter what the scoreboard says.
There's Brett Phillips hitting for a Rosarena. You know, I look at this team, John. I don't know if you agree. There aren't real superstars on this team. They're not laden with superstars. They're just a very intricate puzzle that's been put together. They have the right pieces in the right places, and you know it's got a lot of answers for questions that Kevin Cash has during a game. Very shrewdly put together.
Well, there's a lot of versatility too, right? I mean, you think of a guy like Diaz, can play third, can play first. You got a guy up at the plate now in Phillips who's known for his defense more than his offense, and he's been getting plenty of starts. So it's a well-balanced team, a good defensive team. We know that they've always pitched, and this little run, they're swinging the bats a whole lot better.
Now, the Yankees certainly have been able to hold their own against them. They took 2 out of 3 last time they saw them. Unless they rally here, they would have split 4. And when you consider that they've beaten up on everybody else, not too bad, but the Yankees certainly wanted to win this series, especially after losing the first game, taking the next 2, and having Gerritt Cole on the mound today. You kind of put it in your head, you'll take 3 out of 4. So the Rays have to look at this trip into New York. Okay, we played 4 games, we split them. The Yankees didn't gain any games on us.
Yeah, today's a big one with Gerritt Cole out on the mound. You're right. You're just in your mind thinking, okay, if we're the Yankees, we can take 3 out of 4. Look forward to the Red Sox coming into town. And from the Rays perspective, you take the final one if it stands, you split, and you move on.
Yankees don't see the Rays back at the stadium until the end of the season. They've seen an awful lot of them so far, and tomorrow's the first time they're going to see the Red Sox. So these are the American League East standings. Red Sox 2 back of the Rays, Yankees 3.5 behind the Rays, and 2 back in the loss column from the Red Sox, who come in starting tomorrow for a 3-game set. So you can do some damage there and move up. Driven into right field, that's going to be a base hit. Goes to the wall. Phillips rounds first. He'll go to second, and it's a 2-out double.
A good look at Luis Cessa and that breaking ball that just spins middle of the plate, speeds up the bat of Phillips.
Brandon Lau, he has not had many great games this year, but he's 2 for 2 with 2 walks, a ribby, and 3 runs scored. Yankees have 6 more games against the Rays, 3 at Tropicana Field at the end of July, and 3 here in the Bronx the first couple of days of October. Fly ball left field, into the corner is Andujar, and he makes the play. Didn't make it look easy, but he made it nonetheless. No runs a hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. Somehow it landed in leather and ended the inning. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of Andujar in left field, especially the way he's been hitting. 5 for 15 in this series, 3 home runs, 3 ribbies. Yarbrough's still out there, and he deals outside to LeMahieu.
Yeah, Andujar has looked so much better in the outfield, a lot more comfortable. You could see he just didn't have a great feel for where he was in relationship to the wall. With all of that being said, he made the play. It's still a work in progress, but it has been noticeably better, and he seems a lot more comfortable out there.
So Phillips takes over in left field. He had pinch hit for Rosarena, and Brasso for Diaz over at first. After this game, Tampa Bay will go to Texas for 3 games this weekend, then a 5-game homestand next week. 2 against the Nats, 2 against the Orioles, or 3 against the Orioles. 3-0. Three-1. Brooks Kriske will likely pitch the 9th for the Yanks. Skied the other way. And it's a foul ball.
Yarbrough has thrown 103 pitches in a game this year. Kevin Cash trying to stretch him out with a 7-run lead.
His career high, 8 2/3. He did that in 2019. Strike 3. LeMahieu down looking. And he's barking at Whitson. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Delta, the official airline of the New York Yankees. Delta, keep climbing. And by FWF, the official plumbing, heating, cooling, and PVF supplier to the New York Yankees. And Torres skies one to left field. Phillips makes the play. John, I'm wondering, if you're a catcher like for Tampa Bay right now, and the Yankees are all over Whitson, are you telling him behind the mask, hey, you're doing a good job, man, don't listen to what they're saying?
Of course you are. I mean, you're saying, listen, you've had a good strike zone all afternoon. You've been consistent. You've been giving that pitch off the plate away. They have to make adjustments. You shouldn't change. Doing a great job. But you can see LeMahieu, who usually doesn't show a whole lot of emotion, not happy in that dugout, had a few words for Whitson, and this has been brewing all afternoon with that very wide strike zone.
Here's Judge, and there's a strike. This is quite a show of frustration for DJ LeMahieu. This is not his way. We rarely see that from him. One and one. Grounded foul. Yankees have managed 6 hits against Yarbrough. 2 of the 6 hits, solo home runs, and that's the scoring for the Yanks. Brett Gardner with 1 and Andujar with the other. Two and 2. Popped up. Brasso in foul territory puts it away, and the Yankees go down in order 1-2-3 here in the 8th. We take it to the 9th in the Bronx. It's 9-2 Tampa Bay. 5 for 15 in this series. 3 solo home runs in the last 4 games. Swinging the bat aggressively with confidence. Very close to the rookie Miguel Andujar, where he came in second in the Rookie of the Year voting. Injuries have derailed his career, cost him the third base job to Gio Urshela, but finding a new spot in left field. Brooks Kriske, called up just the other day, will make his second appearance this season. And he'll face Brasso, Meadows, and Margot. One and 0. One. So in this spot, Diaz was 1 for 3, a couple of RBIs and a run scored, also walked. Yarbrough has pitched 8 innings and thrown 103 pitches for Tampa Bay. See if they send him out to try to get a complete game. Grounded to third. Nice hop for Urshela. 1 away. So here's Meadows, 2-run home run, a 3-run double, 2 for 4, 5 runs batted in. You know, you watch Meadows and you watch Tyler Glasnow pitch, and you just scratch your head and go, what could the Pirates have been thinking? Now, that front office lost its job, and I'm sure that deal is one of the reasons why. They have new people in there now, but that deal is indefensible. Giving up on 2 young pitchers and Austin Meadows, high draft pick, for Chris Archer, as if they had a chance to win that year, to bring a veteran pitcher in.
Well, Glasnow and his ability now here with the Rays to throw the ball over the plate has really made him the steal of the trade. And then you just think about Meadows and how productive he has been as a big league hitter. You can't defend it.
No.
There's no way you can look at it and defend it.
That's why they're out of work right now. You make a lot of trades like that, you'll be unemployed.
I'm interested to see what Chris Archer looks like when he comes back here second half of the year for the Rays. He invested about $6.5 million trying to resurrect his career and came back and got hurt against the Yankees and is fighting his way back. We'll see if he can contribute at all to the Rays rotation.
And the Rays let him take as much time because during this time on the IL, he lost his mom. And when she was ill, they said, you go home, you do what you have to do there. It's more important that you're with her. And he was there when she passed, and he just raves about their compassion. He said, that's why I wanted to come here. It's not just a team, it's a family. And he said, a lot of teams might not have let me do that. And it was very important for me to be there with my mom. So as you said, maybe even before the All-Star break, he could come back, and that would be a boost for them. Another arm. So here's Margot. Lined right off the glove of Odor, and Margot will reach first. See how that scored. Now, it was hit hard, but he was right there.
It was hit hard, but that ball's right at Odor. I wonder if it had a little spin on it.
Still waiting on the scoring, and scored a base hit. Line drive off the bat of Wendell. It's a foul ball. Howie Carpenter in a very charitable mood today. Grounded foul. Oh, and 2 on Wendell. Fouled away. Still 0-2. Remember, tomorrow, Yankees Red Sox. We'll have it on Yes. Our coverage starts at 6. Batting practice show pregame 6:30. Game time 7 o'clock. Full house backfield in the studio. Full house here in the booth. So locked and loaded, ready for the Yankees and the Red Sox. The great rivalry, one of the great rivalries in sports.
Well, we just have to find out who's pitching for the Yankees. We know it's going to be Nathan Eovaldi for the Red Sox. Then you can start digging into your research and your homework.
All signs seem like they point to Michael King, but nothing has been officially announced. The 1-2. Grounded to second. Odor backs up. Fields fires. And that'll do it in the 9th inning. So a scoreless 9th inning for Krisky. 1 hit, 1 man left. Bottom of the 9th coming up. 9-2 Rays. Yarbrough still in as they attempt to get him his first career complete game. He's at 103 pitches. And he'll face Urshela, Odor, and Frazier. Pitch outside, 1-0. His last win as a starter was August 11th of 2019 at Seattle. 8 2/3 shutout innings and a 1-0 win. And he's 2-0 on Urshela. Now there's no one warming in the Rays bullpen, so they will let his pitch count soar. Two and one.
Well, we know how much Kevin Cass, the manager of the Rays, uses his bullpen during the course of a year. And you have a game like this, 9 runs on the board, a 7-run lead. You can push it with your starting pitcher now at 106 pitches.
2-2. All the way. Now, Yarbrough's career high in pitches is 110. So he's 2 away from that. Still doesn't have an out in the 9th inning. And the lefty deals. Swing and a miss. Urshela down on strikes, 1 away. 6 strikeout for Yarbrough.
Backdoor cut fastball. That's been the approach all afternoon. Everything away, changeups away, and backdoor cutters.
Here's Odor. He's 0 for 3. If you want to look at a turning point in this game, and it's hard to find a turning point at 9-2, but the Yankees were trailing 2-1, and they had runners on 2nd and 3rd, and nobody out in the 4th inning, and they did not get a run in. And then the next time out on the mound, Gerritt Cole gave up 3, and that was the ball game essentially. Odor fouled out to shallow right field. Clint Frazier struck out looking, and Andujar struck out. So a year-long problem continues with the inability to hit with runners in scoring position and get a runner in from 3rd base with fewer than 2 outs. I think the tenor of the game changed right then. High fly ball, right field and deep. Margot back. He's on the track. He'll put it away for the 2nd out. So he's tied his career high now in 8 2/3, trying to get 1 more out. And he's over his career high in pitches with 112. And this will also snap a 24-start winless streak for Yarbrough. 10 losses and 14 no decisions. And Frazier wraps one to left field. Right there is Phillips. And that will do it. As the Rays split this 4-game set, Yarbrough picks up his first complete game victory. A big day for Austin Meadows. So the Rays win the first, they win the final. The Yankees win the 2 in the middle. And a split here in the Bronx for the first place Rays and the New York Yankees. More to come as we break this down, and then obviously the post game after that. Red Sox coming to town tomorrow, so the Yankees have to shake off a 9-2 loss.